Hello, I am Ashley with Winging It with Ash. Welcome to my channel. I have been under the weather this week. You might be able to hear my voice, and I have a lot of sinus pressure. I decided to get my favorite cup of coffee, his little Welsh dragon, and answer some of your guys' questions. I asked you to send me questions about my move to the UK, and so you did that on Instagram and Facebook. So let's get on to those questions. So I asked you guys on Instagram and Facebook to send me questions, and so if you don't follow my Instagram or my Facebook, Instagram mostly is where I put up more day-to-day things, or if I'm out and about, I'll put up photos or different videos of what I'm doing. So follow my Instagram. It's the same as my channel, Winging It with Ash. Go ahead and take a look, but you guys definitely sent me some great questions here on Instagram, so I'm going to go through those with you right now. I haven't actually looked at any of them. I guess let's start out. The first question is, what's your favorite pub food? UK. What's your favorite UK pub food? I don't know, are there traditional things like in the UK pubs that they have? Because the ones that I've gone to, I feel like are really nice and don't have like the traditional, let's say, bangers and mash. I can't really think of any other traditional things. Like the things that I've had at pubs, I had like a chicken korma at a really local pub, and it was okay. But my favorite thing that I had at a pub was when I went to a pub by the sea, and they had cockles and lava bread, which is something that I've been trying to try while I'm here, but it's not very common. It's supposedly a traditional breakfast food, lava bread, which is kind of seaweed, and cockles, which is kind of like, I don't know, I would say clams? Is it clams? Anyhow, I tried what they had as an appetizer. It was kind of a cheesy dip with cockles and lava bread in it, and it was delicious. And I think the best way for me to try those things and them taste good, because I think traditionally they don't. Specifically the lava bread, like the texture of it and what it looks like does not look delicious, but I hope that's not offensive. But that's been my favorite thing. I also really love like desserts at pubs. They would always have like some kind of delicious crumble or some kind of delicious cheesecake. Like there's always really delicious options. I'm gonna take a drink of desserts to have at a pub. But yeah, pub culture I think is amazing. I wish that we had more of like a pub culture where you just sit down and enjoy and eat. I went to a pub for my birthday and I'll never forget it. It was amazing, and I got to order like appetizer, a main, and a dessert, and for me that's such a special thing. Like I appreciate just being able to have like courses. As a kid, we'd always go to the restaurant and order just water and then a main, and that's it. But yeah, just the special, like, is it a tradition in a pub to do that or not? I don't know, you guys tell me. Okay, let's move on, or this video is gonna be forever. Have I tried eating a Welsh cake yet? Yes, I love Welsh cakes. They are delicious, although I prefer them with things in them, like jam and cream. Yes, please. That is my favorite kind of Welsh cake. I have had them at the market in Cardiff, which I really would like to do a video about. Tell me in the comments below if that's something that you'd be interested in. The Cardiff market is very old and they have some really cute shops, but specifically they have a really nice place to get Welsh cakes. Will I be heading to the Brecon Beacons or Gower Beaches? Okay, so I would love, and I've been looking into doing a multi-day hike on the, what do you guys call it? Not Pacific Trail, the coastal trail. And on the coastal, they have like a website for the coastal trails, and there are itineraries that are multi-day itineraries. So you can go for 3 days on the Gower, or you can go for 3 days somewhere else. Like they've split up that walk. And so supposedly, for those of you who don't know, supposedly what I've heard is Wales is one of the first countries to ever have a coastal trail from top to bottom of the whole country. And so you can actually walk the whole country of Wales, which is absolutely amazing. And would I love to do that? Yes. Do I think that I have the stamina to do that? Yeah, probably not. So breaking it up into 3-day trips is ideal. Like, that sounds amazing, and I'm pretty sure I could do that. So I've been looking into that. Will I visit the Gower? I would really love to do a 3-day coastal walk on the Gower. So that is definitely a plan that I'm hoping to do when it gets a little warmer outside, because camping would be ideal and the cheapest way to do it. So yeah, that's the plan. Brecon Beacons, I have been to the Brecon Beacons twice. I went to the largest waterfall in South Wales, I think. There's like all these names of things like to decipher, but like, is it real? I don't know. But yeah, I went to waterfall, and then I also have walked Penny Coed, I think that's what it's called, which I think is the tallest mountain. You guys can all tell me in the comments below, you know these more than I do. I did not film those experiences because I wanted to enjoy them with the people that I was with and not have to worry about filming. Something that I could film in the future. But yeah, I think that if I did film, I would do a lot more research and obviously know the name of things. But yes, I have been to the Brecon Beacons. Something I'd like to do in the Brecon Beacons is, I've heard that there's a little train that is a steam engine train, and that a lot of kids do it when they're younger. That's something that I would like to do, so let me know. I looked into it, and I think it starts back up in the spring. I think that it was closed during the winter. Sorry with a cold, it is hard to talk a lot. I have like the sinus pressure, and I'm gonna have to drink little bits of coffee here and there, which coffee maybe is not the best thing for me to be drinking right now, but it tastes real good. Okay, next question. What was storms Arwen and Eunice like in South Wales? Okay, so while I've been here, we've had 2 really, really big windstorms. And I live fairly close to the beach, like really, really close. So it was the windiest that I've ever seen a place. Like, I'm from Washington State, and it gets windy, but I've never lived in a place where like I could hear the wind outside of my house. I could hear the wind like going through my house. Like, I could hear it through the windows, the creaking, and there's like trash day here in Wales, and you put out all your different trash bins, you separate it, and it always happens on the windiest days that it's trash day, and then your bin goes flying somewhere else, and you have no idea where it delivered itself. And then later on, your neighbor comes by and says you've stolen their bin accidentally because your bin went flying and their bin went flying, and somehow your bins got like swapped. It's a thing. I didn't even know it was a thing, but it is. So this question is, how many to my 250 goal do I have with patrons? And I am 1/5 of the way. So I have about 42, I think 42 patrons right now. If you don't know, I made a goal of 250 patrons by the summer, and I'm at 42, which is amazing. I really appreciate the 42 of you. And thanks for asking that question. My patrons are incredible. They are who make these videos possible. If you're interested in being a patron, and supporting my channel, then I'll put a link up above here. Yeah, I really appreciate you patrons. I think I'm doing a live stream very soon for patrons only, and then I also am sending out postcards this month for the patrons who are on my top tier. I just really appreciate you guys, and yeah, 42 to my 250, so I'm well on my way, guys. This one says, besides family and friends, what else are you missing from home? What I say to people when they ask me like about culture shock or what I miss the most is having a car. Not that I took it for granted, but because I've been I've had long stints in my life without a car. But here in the UK, like without a car, it is a lot more difficult, and it takes a lot more time and a lot more planning to figure things out. So yeah, my car I miss the most, besides friends and family, obviously. What else? the gym. Like here, I think gym culture is very different. Like in the US, like after work, like so many people go to the gym. It's not like a vanity thing. It's like everybody just like being healthy, going to the gym. For me, going to the gym was a way to like help my mental health and like kind of work out things, and I don't have that option here. I am really bad at self-motivating myself, and so like being a part of a gym and going to gym classes or having friends going to gym classes with me really helps me to work out. I don't have that here, and I think like it definitely makes a difference in my daily life, like not having that outlet. So I've tried, I have like bands that I use to work out, and I have a yoga mat that I use every so often, but like to be honest, it's so hard for me to motivate myself to work out. I would much rather do 100 million other things than wake up early and do a workout. I don't know why, because I know it helps me so much. It's so annoying because my brain like tells me opposite. I live in the UK and would love to know what has surprised you about the people and culture here. Okay, the first thing that comes to mind is specifically like the privacy. I feel like a lot of people are really specific about their privacy here. I probably shouldn't admit this, but this is like very specific to me. My favorite time to go on walks in the evening is like 5 o'clock when the sun has just gone down and you can see inside people's windows. Not in a creepy way. Please don't take this in a creepy way. But for me, because I'm in another culture, I can see how other people live. It's just kind of like a window. Ding ding. Into their lives, and so I can see like what their lighting is like, or what their kitchen table looks like, or if they're playing the piano or watching TV, or like a little old man in his chair. Like to me, that is just a glimpse into another culture and another life, because like the inside of houses look so different here than in the US. And so like that specific time, like right when the sun goes down, people's lights on the inside of their house are on and it's dark outside so you can see inside. But then I feel like once like 6 o'clock hits and everybody's like, oh, it's dark outside, they all close their windows. Like everybody has curtains and all the windows are closed and I can't see inside. So that actually surprised me, like how private and how like, yeah, I just don't feel like in the US people are as private, but maybe they are. I just I have to miss out on seeing the inside of people's houses. It's a silly example, but it's just, yeah, something that surprised me here. Other than that, like I've been really surprised at how welcoming and kind people have been. I can't tell you how many messages, and if you've messaged me and I haven't gotten back to you, I'm so sorry, but I've gotten so many messages of people saying that they have a car or they want to take me somewhere, or what I need to experience and what they want to share with me. Like I've gotten emails and messages on Instagram, and it's so hard for me to keep track of all of those, but I've gotten so many, and people have been so kind and so willing to like show me the best parts of Wales and the UK, and I'm so thankful. Yeah, I've been so surprised at how many people are like, I don't know you, and this might be weird, but I want to show you this part of Wales, or I want to take you to this place in the UK. If you don't have a car and you can't get somewhere, just give me a call. Like, so many of you have been so amazing, and I definitely know that I've missed some of your messages and not been able to get back to you, but I am just incredibly thankful for your willingness. Yeah, it's amazing how many people are willing to show me around. Okay, back. I had to blow my nose. Oh, my makeup's all crazy because my eyes are watering. Okay, next question. Are homes and apartments small? Okay, when you take into consideration the US, like it depends on where you live. If you live in Los Angeles, if you live in a big city like New York, all I hear like people live in tiny little closets in New York. So are they smaller than that? No. Where I'm living right now is bigger than the tiny home I lived in the US, but I love to look at the houses that are for sale. Here they have what I would consider maybe townhomes, but what they call, I can't think of what they're called, but they're like almost like apartments, but houses, and they're multi-level, and they are really small. Like staircases are really thin here for the most part. Yeah, places here definitely seem to be smaller. A lot of times, like the style is just totally different from the US. Most of the time, closets aren't included in a house. You have to buy some kind of like closet space or dresser. I didn't realize that it was going to be so different from what you can get in the US. US homes are very open, like open space, open floor plans, where like you could have a kitchen and a living room and a dining room all in one space, whereas here that's not as common. I think that the newer builds are more like that, but a lot of the older houses, like they have doors that go to every room. So like your living room's gonna have a door, your kitchen's gonna have a door, and I think that has to do with fire codes, or I don't know, you tell me. Or keeping places warm. Supposedly I heard that maybe like, say, because it's cold here, there aren't a lot of windows in houses, and they have the doors so that you can keep the different spaces warm. Maybe that's the case. Okay, this person asked, what do you think about British TV shows? And we've been going through a lot of different British TV shows, and to be honest, I can't think of the name of many of them. I did watch The British Office all the way through, which I never had seen before, and I enjoyed it. It was okay. I prefer the US one. Sorry. I think the UK Office is like way more dark, and that's just not me. Like I prefer a happy-go-lucky kind of humor and not like dark humor. Yeah, if there are any shows that you think that I should be exposed to, put them down below. Mr. Bean was something that I grew up with and really enjoyed back in the day and still enjoy to this day, but it's not something new to me. I do love, don't tell anybody else, but there is a UK show called Don't Tell the Bride that I've been exposed to, and I pretty much like show-hoed that and watched every episode I could. It's like where the groom plans the wedding for the bride. Ugh, they're idiots. Most of them are such idiots, but it's so entertaining. Oh, and another one is, okay, obviously like reality shows, but another one's called Four in the Bed, I think, and it's about like bed and breakfast owners, and they all go to each other's houses and or each other's B&Bs and then raid each other. I really enjoy that one too. So those are the ones that I've enjoyed. Obviously, like, they're not traditional shows, but they are UK shows that I never saw before coming here. Someone asked how far London is from here. That is something that surprised me, is that train tickets are not cheap. It is fairly expensive to get from place to place on the train. I live in South Wales, and so I think it's like 3 hours away to get to London, like a 3-hour train ride, and it's over £100 to get to London. So it's not a cheap venture to go all the way there. Have I sorted out my next visa? Nope, not yet. I do have something potential, but I have learned in my life not to put all my eggs in one basket. So yeah, until that happens, like, I don't know. I have no guarantee of staying here when May comes, so we'll see. We're gonna just wing it and see, and be open to other options. Any new foods you have been cooking in the UK? I did try and make a Victoria sponge cake, and I completely failed at it. I made the sponge and it was great, and I set it to cool, but with a Victoria sponge cake you put like a cream cheese in the middle type frosting, and then jam, like a raspberry or strawberry jam. Well, I did not let my sponge cool long enough, So I put the jam and the frosting in the middle and put the top part on it, so it's like 2 layers, and it was not cooled enough, so all the middle stuff started glooping out. It was a major fail, and something that like a baker, like I should have known. It was a major fail. It was not good, but if you get the opportunity to try a Victoria sponge cake, I highly recommend it. Just don't try mine, because all the good bits, like literally the inside is the most amazing part, the good bit, it just all squidged out everywhere and was not pretty at all. Yeah. Fail, complete fail. All right, so I think that is enough questions for today. Otherwise, this video could go on forever, but I appreciate you all sending in your questions. I'm sorry to those that I didn't get to your questions, but maybe we'll do another one of these. Let me know if you have more questions, put them down below, and maybe I'll make another Q&A video very, very soon. For me and my little Welsh dragon, I hope you have a wonderful week. I'm gonna get some rest and try to get better so that I can go out and about next week and see somewhere else here in the UK. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my Instagram, and become a patron if you'd like. I will see you in the next video next weekend. Bye.